Do you find yourself getting stuck sometimes and you just can't get going and it's just driving you nuts? Or do you find yourself in flight zone where you're just like go, 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 running around with your head cut off and you just can't seem to slow down? Today I want to talk to you about how you can use my 5-step process in any given moment to help you reconnect and get back into a place where you are balanced, intentional, and present. Let's get started. So please do take a look at my video on how to declutter your life. It's really important to map out what it is what's important to you, what you want to create in your life, what do you need to let go of, how are you going to organize yourself around this and create boundaries and anchors, and then what's your daily rhythm. You need to do this for your whole life first before you can kind of do this for any given moment. So I do recommend watching this video and then doing the steps for this afterwards. So the first thing is, if you're feeling stuck, for example, you're overwhelmed and you're in bed and you're like, oh, I have such a crazy day. What am I going to do? Well, you need to first, connect. Connect with yourself, connect with what's important to you, and go, okay, what is it that I need in this moment? What do I need to get reconnected to myself and reconnected to my mission, my vision, my life purpose? And then you can go to, okay, what is it that I want to create? What do I want to create for myself right now? And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could just be a state of being. It could be, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I want to create calm and peace and harmony within myself, right? It doesn't have to be something external. And then think about, what do I need to add into my life to help that? What is it that I want to create today? Well, I want to create a sense of flow while I'm being balanced and calm. And then you move on to step 3, which is release. And release is a very important one, because it's not just about letting go of a belief, letting go of a thought. It's also about letting go of how you do something. Maybe you're really overwhelmed because you're very fixed on how to do things in a certain way, which takes a long time, and then you're feeling overwhelmed because it's not realistic within the time frame that you have. The other thing to consider is, what emotion has come up? And what am I going to do with that emotion right now? Is there a way that I can release it? Or is there a way that I have to kind of put it on the shelf for now and look at later on, because that emotion is telling me something? So I recommend watching my videos on focusing. I have a number of them that explain a technique where you give that emotion, you give that felt sense the attention that it wants, and then the wisdom inside of you shares with you what it's all about, and then it can be released. So it's one way of releasing trapped emotions from trauma and completing that cycle of trauma, so those same emotions and beliefs don't keep on coming up. Another thing you could do is some quick EFT tapping, where you're tapping around the beliefs and thoughts that are coming up that are keeping you stuck, and that helps things move and release and shift your perspective. So once you're in that state now where you're feeling more balanced and calm and peaceful, that state that you were trying to create, it's time to recalibrate. So that means reorganizing your day, because obviously this took a little bit of time that you weren't expecting. What can go? What needs to stay? Do you need to add in some more support for the day because you know that you might get off kilter easily? And where do you need to set boundaries? Are you spending too much time doing a certain thing that you kind of gotta pull back on? Or is there a certain way that you're communicating or certain types of conversations that you're having that you need to set boundaries on for today? And it can literally be, what's the next step? It doesn't have to be for the whole day. It could be like, okay, let me recalibrate. What do I need to do now? This is how I'm feeling. This is what I need. This is what I want to create. What's the next small step? Because it might feel too overwhelming to do the whole day. So you can be really flexible with how you use this. And then the last one is 5, is our anchors, so your rhythm, which includes anchors. And when you've already done that whole map for your whole life, you have a list of anchors. You have a list of go-to things that you can do to regulate your nervous system, to bring you back to center, to make you feel like yourself again and back in ventral vagal. And so then you just can quickly choose which ones you need for the day, and really making sure that you're staying connected to your habits and routines, morning routine, evening routine, things that you do throughout the day that really support you and keep you strong and centered and present and grounded. And most of all, focused, which is really hard if you're spinning or you're stuck in freeze mode. So I hope that helps you to use this five-step technique in any given moment in your day. You can do it for the week, you can do it for the month. And again, it's good to do it for your whole life first and map everything out before you go using it for those smaller parts of your life. I'm Tanya. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.